Good day everyone, we are Group 1. We're going to present to you our research about effective teaching practice for children with special learning needs, written by Algarito Jr. Domingo S., Santa Ana Vaz Harvey, Arada Jan Ala, and Alberto Altay. The authors would be Gary Hornby, Marhata Takala, William Hornberg, Yanko Norberto Mezquita Hoyos, Mashoud Ahmed. Those authors I mentioned the basis of our conducted research.
The abstract. According to Homburg 2016, states that the researcher will be beneficial in different inclusive classroom contexts and what characteristics contribute to effective practices. Is the research topic posed in this study for examination? To answer the research topic, qualitative research was conducted utilizing the case study method of embedded single case design. This research was conducted in South Norway. For this study, 24 schools were chosen from 4 municipalities in 3 counties. 83 observations were conducted in classrooms of chosen schools where various inclusive classroom practices were implemented. Traditional practice, variation and flexibility practice, one-to-one support practice outside and within the classroom, and small groups outside were all observed in the classroom. For analyzing the best inclusive classroom approaches, the researchers developed numerous criteria under 3 categories: 1. Interaction, 2. Support, and 3. Adoption. Under the interaction category, the following criteria were used: teacher interaction and collaboration, teacher and student interaction and collaboration, general teacher support, customized teacher assistant, and teacher supporting student participation in the learning community are the criteria employed in the support category.
Based on the article written by Takala 2010, states that the teaching, consulting, and background work were discovered to be 3 aspects of special education educators' duties. Teaching was done in a small group, cooperative, or individual settings with a focus on assisting children who were having the difficulty with the core academic topics. The focus of the consultation was on the collaboration, and the conversation behavior problems needed a focused approach. The teacher main issues were lack of time for consultation and cooperation, as well as a nuclear work profile and the too much work. Special education instructors' work was partly inclusive, but it also included the segregation. The authors addressed the possibilities for the supporting additional steps forward inclusion, as well as a modification in how special education provision is organized at the school level. In addition of this study, based on the study written by Hoyos 2018, said that the purpose of this study was to find out of how teachers felt about in-school inclusion and disabilities. To accomplish this, 119 regular education teachers and the 88 special education teachers filled out the opinions relative to integration of the student with disabilities scale. Following investigation, it was discovered that the sentiments towards the both groups were identical in direction but differed in a magnitude component. Furthermore, with the both samples had 3 factors in common. Each had its own regular education teachers perceived the benefits and the negative effects inside the inclusive classroom. Performance tasks inside the inclusive classroom, teaching abilities, education system, performance inside the inclusive classroom educational system, and the special education teachers perceive the benefits and the negative effects inside the inclusive classroom educational system.
The conclusion.
Conclusion. Based on the article written by Ahmed 2014, it states that continued discrimination and exclusion of children with special needs, along with the high dropout rate of students from socioeconomical disadvantaged homes, put significant strain on developing countries' inclusive education. Reform programs to reduce the barriers of incorporation inclusive education, reform the policies in the classroom practices. The education system must employ contextually appropriate techniques. Bangladesh has enacted a variety of measures and laws to help the normal schools implement the inclusive education reform. There have been a few and a limited empirical research on the inclusive education in the setting of primary education in the past. A number of studies recently completed in Bangladesh have found several contextual difficulties that underlying the implementation of inclusive education. This document summarizes the three such PhD studies that look into implementation challenges. Primary schools have adopted an inclusive education policy. The implication of the major findings of the research are the topic of this paper. The contextual data and the implication of the finding are likely to aid the primary education development programs in a more effectively implementing inclusive education policy. In addition, based on the books written by Pamela et al. 2010, it says that the focus of this article is on the recommendation of the Committee on the Teacher Education or CTE, which published three books outlining the essential foundational information that all American teachers, including the special education instructor, should have before graduating from their pre-service program. The authors of this study summarize the CTE recommendation before offering the additional special education content suggestion for the general education instructor working in an inclusive classroom with a wide range of students.